Oh, hello, welcome back everyone. So the last thing we did in the previous video was add the files, like add all the files to the repository using add dot. It will add every single file to the repository. However, the last 5 minutes of the previous meeting will be cut from the video since GitHub decided to, go crazy. So we added that. Just created a whole new project. So I'll just real quick, we go to terminal, create a new repository. So that's using git init. Actually, this time I'll use this just to show you guys both ways. New repository, choose the path of this, like the project, choose the path of the project. Okay, it created the repository. Let me just recreate the terminal because it should say master over there. Yeah, now it says master. So this means we are on the master branch. It doesn't list any branches in Git branch because when you create a whole new repository, if they give you a pre-made repository, then it should already have a master branch. But in this case, I'm creating it from scratch, so maybe this is something you should know as well. So what you should do is you should commit something instantly after creating a branch. So in the master branch, I will just erase everything that's there by default. So you can see everything is red. That means that these files are not tracked by GitHub right now. The changes, all of them have untracked changes. So if you know GitHub tracks your changes in a working tree. So if you want to, let's just change something. Let's give it, it's in the main timeline. So we can do hello and you can run it to test it. Yep, code works. So now you want to save this to the main timeline. You commit the change to master, git commit in the message. You can just do, oh, so I committed, but it says that nothing added to commit because untracked files are present. So of course, first you need to add these files to the that branch. So git add, just do dot, it will add everything. Then you run the command I did, git commit message added main timeline grieving, and it just committed them all to the master branch. Also, somebody asked me what is the difference between git commit am and git commit m. So am stands for all message. So all what it does is these files are already being tracked, right? Main, git ignore, and pom.xml. They're already being tracked by GitHub, the repository. So instead of having to do this every time, I just have to do git commit am. This will add all the changes to the tracked files and then also add the message. So am is more convenient. So now we're on the master branch. You can see if you type after committing, now if you type git branch, it will show you the master branch. So you say we want to create another branch. So we do git checkout dash B, which stands for create a new branch. And let's call it experiment. Now we're in the experiment branch. And instead of hello main timeline, let's say it will greet you instead. So this basically just prints my name. So you can see it's working. So we want to commit this to the experiment branch. So we can do right now we are in experiment. You can tell which branch you're in by looking at this. So we want to add this change, but since this file is already being tracked, we can just do am. So we can do git commit am, and the message will be added experimental greeting. By the way, for the professor, they expect like better naming convention. Like if it's a feature that I added, it should be like feat. So something like this added. So now you can see that this is this branch. Now is the interesting part. If I switch to master right now, you will see git checkout master. Now I switch to master. Instantly, the file changes. Now this is what master looks like. If I do git checkout experiment, it will change to experiment. Now, what if I want to merge these? Like I want experiment and master to be merged so that there's only one branch. So right now there's the dev branch and created, and you want both of them to be combined so that there's only one branch going forward. So we can do that. So for that, you need to switch to the branch that that will stay. So master is the main branch, right? So first we switch to master and then we merge dev into it. So how does this work? Right now I'm in experiment. So I will have to change to master first. Now I am in master and I want to merge experiment onto master. So I will do git merge experiment. Well, they have merged now. So you might have noticed that it overwrote master. So I think whichever commit is later, it will overwrite it. If both branches have, I think, unstaged commits or something, it causes a git conflict, like git merge conflict. But I don't think in this midterm you will have to deal with merge conflicts. So I can explain merge conflicts later. Right now, you guys just want to know whatever is needed to pass, right? So this has successfully merged. Just to confirm the definition, is Ajit is asking, can we merge being in other than master branch? Hmm, you could, but I don't see why you would want to. Let's say there's three branches, right? This is master, this is experiment, this is dev. If you want dev and experiment to become one branch, then you switch to experiment and then you run the command git merge dev. So if you do git merge dev, then dev gets merged onto experiment. And then you will, going forward, you will only have two branches. This. If you switch to experiment and you do git merge master, then experiment will get merged. No, master will get merged onto experiment. And then going forward, experiment will be the only branch. Does it make sense? No. So this is merging. Let me check if I had to cover anything else for GitHub. No, that's all for GitHub. Let me just cover merge conflicts real quick. Okay, so merge conflict is when two branches are supposed to be merged and they change the exact same section of the code, and GitHub cannot decide which change to keep and which to not. Then it will cause a merge conflict. Right now, I think experiment exists as well. So let's try something. I'm gonna try and cause a merge conflict on my own. So, so in master, we have this change. Hmm. Let me see how I can cause a merge conflict. So I have this change. I think if I try to switch away now, it won't let me switch to experiment branch. Let's see. No, we did. Okay. So you can see in the experiment branch, it says this. Actually, I forgot what was it supposed to be in the experiment branch? Yeah, commit, merge, checkout init, because it said we'll be dealing with a local repository, which automatically means no pushing. Pushing is only done on a remote. Okay, so since the branches merged, I think they became the same branch. Now I'm in experiment, and I want to for experiment, I want to do hello alternate world. So I have this in experiment. So let me see what happens if without committing a change, I go back to master. So you see the change did not stay. It's still hello alternate world. So we need to commit the changes. So right now I'm in master and I will do hello main world and I will do git commit. I did main greeting and then let me go to the experimental branch. And there you if you saw the change like it did not change to the branch, it's because I had uncommitted changes to like master. So if you try to change, it will tell you either commit those changes or discard those changes, and then you can switch over to the other branch. Now you can see this is experimental. So I will just do so hello alternate rows, and I will commit this change. So now let me switch back to master. Master. So now I'm in master. Let me try merging it. Git merge experiment. See, now this causes a conflict because we are both of the branches are changing the exact same line, and it is asking like which one do you want to keep. So by clicking resolve conflicts. So if you click resolve conflicts in IntelliJ IDEA, it will show you the details of what's going on. So you can see that this is, let me just maximize it. So this is the experimental branch, and this is the master branch, and this is like right now the current branch. So we need to figure out which one to keep. I say let's keep the alternate world. So if I do this, it says that I am keeping the alternate world one. So I could still keep the master branch by putting it under this line. So I guess line 8, it goes to line 8. But let's say I just want to keep alternate world, but after I'm done making the changes, then I click apply. Apply changes and mark resolved. Then boom, it's merging. Should be done merge. Like it should be done merging. Hmm, let's see. Let me just check how to commit the merge. I think if I type git commit, it should work. Yep. So what I should have done is, you have to put a git commit message. So it should be git commit merging the branches. If you don't type a message, it will automatically do merge branch experiment. So the merge was successful either way. And you can see this is master and it says hello alternate world. So that is git merging basically. So are there any questions about merging? No, about GitHub in general? Because from the next meeting, I will start with lambdas and primitives, and we will start more advanced stuff related to the exam. Okay, then I'll end this meeting so that we can have the full 40 minutes from the next meeting. So see you guys in meeting number 3 after this one. All right. Bye.